touch this. You can't touch this.
Welcome back, and we are in the White Tower, where we are disturbing these people, having a relaxing time in the sauna, and beating people up as usual. So I'll go through a couple of techniques. When you do this perfect, you're always really trying to optimize each section. So for this part, I like to just beat the Raven first, those two, before getting into the action, and then focusing on those two condors. So what I would typically do is jump on the top of their shoulders and beat them up, but here they spread apart a little bit, so I was just trying to focus myself to finish them off as soon as possible. There's one very good thing with Cherry, is that she's very good with her forward special. At the same time, it leaves you quite exposed, so just make sure that you're using it when there's no way that you'll be hit. So in this run I use it quite a bit to finish enemies off quickly, and also because in some part I know it's just the best way that I can optimize the session. So to be fair, here I went a little bit too far. I could have beat those guys up a bit more on the side. Here you'll notice that I'm exactly on that line, which is very important in order to hit both people with her forward special. So I beat this guy up, then I come back, then they came on the same line, and here you should be able to finish the three of them in one go, but for some reason I missed them, so I had to use that grab again and finish them manually, which messed up a little bit my run, but somehow, and I don't really know how, because here was quite messy, but I managed to actually survive by staying in the corner, using the grab, moving up and down as much as possible, and here was just one guy left, so I didn't expect it. When you do those runs, sometimes you do it exactly the way you want, sometimes you have to improvise a bit, so this was definitely improvisation parts. Then I like to use that mop to just clean up this dokuja. I think these red goros, as we call them often, they're actually more annoying than the white ones, so let me know in the comments if you think as well, or if you have some good ways to deal with them, but I think they're quite tricky because, yeah, they just come hit you, and sometimes you think you're safe to hit them, but you're not, so that's kind of why here I was panicking a little bit, because it's not really my usual way to deal with them, but I had some green health, and I know that after this section I'm kind of safe, so then you have the two Goros coming. Really have to, again, align to make sure you can hit both at the same time, and then I found that this is a good place to use a star, just to get all these people together. You know, that can be quite tricky if you want to deal by themselves and not get hit. So I take the money and I'm going for the big jump to try to be as close as possible from the elevator. And yeah, that's not the world record, but it was decent. So those guys are quite easy to deal with. They are usually, well, like in this case, they're just perfectly positioned for me to beat them up. And while I getting this money stuff, trying to keep the combo going, I wanna just, if you guys like the video and think, you know, this was a good perfect, like, feel free to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. So yeah, this part is quite tricky. You have to keep an eye on both sides while those guys are shooting at you. So every time you do your neutral special, you're invincible for a short amount of time. So this is what I'm doing here, and trying to avoid them at the same time. Same for the throw. This is quite tricky, but at the same time, sometimes those guys are not so aggressive, so you'll notice that they move around and then suddenly shoot, so that's why you have to use against them. Again, here I choose to use my star, and the reason is that I want to have both windows broke and open for the next section, and I think using a star is just a good way to clean up everyone. I want to get this open, especially to not have to deal with those Goros. So here, I actually thought that it was gonna fall. I think it was like 1 pixel away from falling. So I lost the combo, and in the past, I sometimes just, I don't know, panicked at this point, because you get a bit stressed, you know, you go for the run multiple times. But here I managed to keep my cool in a way, and get those guys out. Same with him, like you can kick him out as soon as he falls, but here I didn't really manage to do that, so I was still in for the perfect, so obviously I continued. Those guys, they're quite easy to deal with. You have to get them before they fall, and then get those two out of the picture, and that was a good elevator. So at this point I was quite stressed, because just imagine, I've been already to that point, I think 4 or 5 times, and I've done this over the course of 2-3 days, and every time for some reason Max come up with some unexpected shit. So you'll notice that I use my special a lot, just because I'm a bit stressed and I really want to do it. So what I notice is, as long as Max is not into like the second state where he's getting a bit angry, it's actually a good time to get the green health back, so that's what I'm trying to do here. It was actually not attacking me much, so I was lucky and I managed to get almost all my health back. So now this is the tricky part. He has a couple of attacks, and every time you have to figure out a way to counter. For this one, the safest way is to do your special, but you have to do it 3 times to be guaranteed not to be hit. So it means every time I consume a lot of health, and then I can obviously see that my health is going down very quickly, my green health, and that I cannot do this forever. So yeah, moving around, trying to get some health. But here, look at how low I am already, and he has quite a lot left. So he's getting angry. Here, I don't know why I'm doing this. This almost cost me the perfect. Here, 1, 2, and then I didn't have any energy left to do my special, so I just decided to punch him before he does his third elbow attack, and somehow he died and I got the perfect. I was so happy. This was like 1 a.m. in the morning or something, and I could go to bed finally and have very nice dreams. So anyway, this was the run. I tried to go over a couple of sections. I hope it helps you. It was really fun to do, especially fun to achieve, and yeah, I hope to see you soon. Peace.